Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program. Fellow traders and investors, look at today's chart. Does not look too good, pretty red, a sea of red. So when will this market sell-off stop? Let's get into the charts, take a look. Here we are with the SPY representing the S&P 500. We have a pretty much down day today, 2.5%, 2.25%. Not looking too good here. We are down to bear level. We popped back up and we're coming back down. So, as long as we have these tariffs going on, and you can see, look at the increase of volume here as well. Okay, especially when in the buying areas, the sell-offs are a little more about average in volume. The MACD was about to make a crossover, but now it's coming back down. So that's interesting. We're gonna have to keep an eye on these markets, tariffs, interest rates, and I'm just gonna have to see what goes on here. Now we're gonna take a look at the QQQ. Before we do that, I wanted to get into we have a request. We are asking for you to support our channel. Please subscribe. We have a goal of 100 subscribers. Smash the like button. If you don't want to subscribe, that's fine. But hit the like button, helps get the algorithms out going. So we appreciate that. So here we are in the SPY. It's definitely a heavy sell-off. Let's take a look at the QQQ. Okay, the QQQ is still down in a bear market territory. Today it finished just a fraction above that 20% down. See, 432.50, 433. So we're in bear territory here in the QQQ. NASDAQ representing there. So we were holding this range nice, hit the correction, boom, drop below bear market down to 407. Look how these trend lines we drew really do line up quite well. So right now we're holding around this bear market. Again, these tariffs and whatnot, so that's just making a mess. Let's look at the other stocks here real quick. Let's see what Tesla's been doing here. All right, Tesla. They're following that downtrend beautifully. Okay, that's why we draw these. Now it seems to have a bottom right around here, at around 218. We have a trend line here of 211. It seems to not quite make it, but it's definitely bouncing off of it. Seems to be a range of support. We'll have to take a look at that. You never know. Let's take a look at the other 6 here. We got Apple continuing to sell off. They're all below their 200-day moving average, which is the green line. So Apple's down to 193, Microsoft's down to 359. And we were really up there before. Where were we? 468. So there's that chart there. That's how Apple looks. Gave it all back. So Google, it's not a bad buy here, but it's definitely got some support here around, the 144 area. Earnings are coming up below the 200-day moving average. Definitely on a downtrend. Okay, let's zoom out and take a look at that. Let's see. So we're definitely hitting some support areas here. Amazon, again, they are selling off below the 200 moving day average. Let's zoom out on that. That's how that looks here. Seems to be finding support around 171. It did go down to 162. But this 170 area seems to be a pretty important level here. Meta from 740 down to 484. The 200-day moving average though is 391. But Meta had a really bullish run here. So you can see that brought the 200-day from just a couple of years ago. We were down to 116 to 740. Wow, look at that chart. I can see it coming down to test 383. But that's my opinion. NVIDIA, let me enlarge this so you can see it. Let me throw that on there. Make sure you guys can see it. So they're below the 200-day moving average. They spiked right up from, look at this, $40, $47, $50 up to 153. But they, nevertheless, are following this downtrend that we drew. And it's not looking good. Below the 200-day moving average. Holding this $97 range. And look at these big seesaw moves here. Big. So, there's a lot going on there. Get rid of that. Let's get back to the charts. Palantir, PLTR. Well, what's going on with Palantir? Software-driven AI company, and also, military. This was a nice drop down here at 67. Nice recovery back up to 100. But again, this thing's whipping around. It is holding this range up here right now, which is kind of impressive. Okay, Oxy. By the way, crude oil. I wanted to get into this, by the way, also. The U.S. 10-year yield, it went up to 4.41. So that is rising. And the relative strength of the dollar is cratering. We are down to $98.40. Was at 104 not too long ago. So the markets, we're losing strength here. WTI crude oil is down to $63.38 a barrel. It did drop below $60. When was that? Let's see here. Yeah, that was like a couple weeks ago. It touched $59. So it's trying to hold this $60 range, $60 to $65 range. We'll have to see what goes on with that. But nevertheless, crude oil is coming down. There's a downtrend here for it. So let's go to Oxy here. Yeah, see, they've been following this downtrend and just fell off the cliff just a couple weeks ago. Actually, just last week. But it's trying to make a recovery. So Oxy is down to now $39 a barrel. Or I'm sorry, per stock. With crude oil being $63 a barrel. So yeah, $39 per share on Oxy. When generally it holds around 50. But we have long time support here at $39.78. Long time support. Let's see how long time that really is. Let's go to a weekly chart. Okay, all the way back to 08. It's almost 20 years. Okay. Let's check out, let's see, a BP, British Petroleum. They are in this downtrend. Tried to break out of it, failed. Nevertheless, now they're way down here. It's actually not a bad opportunity. Long time support, 27.44. Well, let's go head to a weekly chart and see how long time that support is. Okay, all the way back to, actually all the way back to here to 2010. Okay. And then even all the way back, in 96 we had these prices of $29, $28. So yeah, British Petroleum. And there could be opportunities here. They do pay a nice dividend. Take a look at that dividend. Actually went down to only 106. So that's not nothing to brag about there. So forget about that. Other than that, let's see. U.S. Steel. Let's get to a daily chart here. Still holding this range of about $39, $38. It dips down, but it bounces back up. So that's kind of impressive. It's not bad. Boeing. Take a look at Boeing. They have this uptrend here that we drew a long time ago. And it's bouncing. It's falling below it. So we're losing strength here. It's not looking good. So that's it right about now. We'll just keep an eye on the markets right now. Futures. Yeah, we're still down 2.57 for the NASDAQ, 2.5 for the S&P 500. So yeah, markets are still going down after hours. So there you have it. We will keep you updated and thank you for watching.